In this video, I will show you how I removed a broken tap in a block of aluminum. This will also work for removing a drill bit, stuck or broken. This is what's left of the tap that I broke in my power steering pump bracket. This is the picture of my power steering pump bracket that I'd made. This problem came all about when I was trying to attach a timing tab marker onto the power steering pump bracket. This is the timing tab marker that I've fabricated to put on the engine for my 1929 Ford hot rod. I tapped the first hole without any problems. The second hole is the one that I broke the tap in. I tried a number of things to try to get the tap out, but none of them worked. Now I was faced with a new problem. After a little bit of research, I found a method that would remove the tap quite easily. I really didn't quite believe it, so I had to try it. So it was using a water alum solution, bringing it to a boil, placing the aluminum block that had the broken tap or drill bit in this solution, and it would eventually just dissolve without affecting the aluminum. So I thought, what did I have to lose? I'm going to give this a try. The water alum solution will destroy a steel pot, so what I did is I found a Pyrex pot in my wife's kitchen, borrowed it, and I placed the bracket in the pot just to see how much water that I would need to put in. As a result, this was a 4.5 liter Pyrex pot, and I filled it with about a third full with water. This is the bag of alum that I picked up from the bulk barn. I bought 475 grams of alum. I wasn't exactly sure how much I really need, so I thought that would be a good amount to start with. The bag of alum cost me approximately $10. The article that I read suggested that you dissolve enough alum into the water until the solution became saturated. Didn't really give me a ratio of how much alum to water to use. I filled the 4.5 liter Pyrex pot a third full with water. I kept adding a shot glass filled with alum into the water, but eventually discovered I could have just dumped the whole 475 grams of alum into this water because I still could not get the solution to saturate. I carefully placed my aluminum bracket into the water alum solution, put the lid on, and waited. I'm cooking my power steering bracket in a water alum solution. The pot is a Pyrex pot, 4.5 liters, about third full, and I put in 475 grams of alum. You can see that the hole that has the broken tap in it is bubbling quite a bit. I'll zoom in on that a little more. So hopefully this will remove the tap. Found this idea on the internet. Let's see what happens. This is what the bracket looks like about an hour and 15 minutes later. The tap seems to be totally dissolved right now. I'm going to leave it in a little bit longer and make sure that all of the remnants are dissolved and totally removed from the hole. Looks like I saved this bracket and a whole lot of time for such a simple solution. This alum and water and cooking it in the pot worked great for removing the broken tap in the hole. It was no effort to repolish the bracket and put everything back together again. I tapped the hole that I removed the broken tap from without incident this time and installed my new timing tab marker. This whole process started when I installed my short style water pump and realized that the original timing tab marker would be covered up by the water pump. So as a result, I came up with this idea of making the new timing tab marker, and in the process learned how to dissolve the broken tap in a block of aluminum. Now I can move forward and install my power steering pump. This is what the front of the engine looks like on the 1929 Ford hot rod. I designed and machined the brackets and pulleys for the alternator, crank, and power steering pump. The only pulley I did not machine or design was the water pump pulley. Now all I need to do is paint the engine.